I want you to have a new perception today. And there's a reason for that. If you have a new perception today, your depression, your feeling of anxiety, your anger, your mode, M-O-D-E,
你生活的模式
your mode of reacting and acting with other people will change. And Dzongsa Khyentse Rinpoche embodied that in his video. He totally changes your whole mode of perception. He totally changes your whole ideal of how things should be. He totally transforms and blows your mind away of what you think right and wrong, holy and unholy are supposed to be. And he is very kind because he subjects himself to scrutiny, criticism, negative talk, back talk, people putting him down, which I've heard many times before in our community, in order to blow your mind away and to replace it with a new thought, a pure thought. Words of my perfect teacher for this video that you saw is very apt, is very appropriate. Why? Words of my perfect teacher. Perfect doesn't mean your teacher is perfect. Perfect means that you create perfection with your teacher. Perfect means you create perfection with your teacher because your teacher will appear to you in many guises, in many ways. Some people meet their teacher. They're very humble and they gain faith and it changes their lives. Some people meet their teacher, they're very rude, they're very arrogant, and they talk very bad to them. But from the teacher's side, the teacher doesn't change. The teacher doesn't change at all. Some people have negative thoughts about their teacher. Some people even think this person teaching me Dharma is not my teacher. They're not my teacher, not good enough. They're not good people. I know them. Then you have judged a person on 10 cents and not $9.90. So therefore, words of my perfect teacher, words can be spoken and unspoken. Remember the last class we had where it was said that, what was it? How many percent of the message is conveyed by body language, not words? How many? Correct. According to scientific studies, messages conveyed to another human being is 70% body, visual. Only 30% is by speech. Only 30%. Scientific studies. So therefore, words of my perfect teacher can be verbal or and or non-verbal. Non-verbal. So if you expect your teacher to walk in wearing beautiful robes, flowing, all holy, shaved, all gentle, sweet, and kind, and with their hands folded, carrying their mala and chanting Om Mani Padme Hum all day long, and going Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme. And whatever you do, they never get angry, they never challenge you, and they tell you you're wonderful. And then your teacher walks in off the train, in words of my perfect teacher, in lay clothes, says hello and goodbye, and disappears for 3 hours and makes you wait at some train station for this teacher, and you get pissed off, and you say, that's not how a teacher is supposed to act. Why does the teacher act like that? Why does the teacher talk about sex? Why does the teacher talk about fun? Why does the teacher wear clothes like that? Why does he have hair? Why does he make us wait? Why doesn't he keep his appointment? The teacher is giving you a perfect teaching. Look how your mind says it must be like that, and that. When your mind says it must be like that, and that, your mind is saying that about everyone and everything around you. And then you know what happens? Anger arises. When you get angry, you listen to your own words and how you tell people, you should be like that, what? You should be like that, what? You shouldn't act like that, what? You should act like this, what? Don't we talk like that to other people when we're angry? That is your anger showing you who you really are. So when the teacher, Dzongsa Khyentse Rinpoche, gets off the train, in lay clothes, with a nice bag, going for a ball game, a football game, why would a highly enlightened teacher with so many incarnations, with such a high name, be going to a ball game and watching hooligans? Why? You tell anybody in Malaysia, they say, oh, no, bad teacher, no, bad. Why? Their perception of how a teacher should be is all nicey, holy, cannot talk this, cannot say that. In fact, we make a lot of rules for our teachers. We make a lot of rules for the high lamas. We make a lot of rules for the Rinpoches. Rinpoche, you cannot talk like this. You cannot look like this. You cannot act like this. You cannot dress like this. Why? I read it in a book. So you get people on the forums. And on the forums, they talk about Rinpoches, how they should be, how they should act. And if they don't act and be the way they like, they're bad Rinpoches. They're bad Rinpoches. You're saying, well, you asked for it since you dress like that and look like that, act like that. No, you asked for it. That's why I dress like that and look like that for you. You asked for it. Why did you ask for it? Because you have all these concepts. You have all these pre-concepts in your mind. How a teacher should be. And Songsa Khyentse, in his words to his students as a perfect teacher, gives you a message. How do you feel when you wait 3 hours? How do you feel when he gets off the train in lay clothes? How do you feel when he talks about sex? When they ask him, are you ever going to get married? And what you should expect is, no, I'm a monk. He says, when I find the right person. And you're like, huh? How can monks say that? When I find the right person. That's what he said. What? Rinpoche, are you ever going to get married, have a relationship? Yeah, when I find the right person. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to remember that answer. And if you think about it, do you think anybody can equal Rinpoche? Do you think he'll ever find the right person? So he's giving you a message. No. And the other message is he blows your concept away. Imagine a Rinpoche telling you, you ask a Rinpoche, are you going to get married? And he answers you, you expect him. No, I'm not going to get married because I'm a Rinpoche, I'm a monk, and I'm pure, and I've overcome my desire. That's what you expect. So when he says that, donations, ang paos, respect, prostration, mwah, 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 I love you. And then if the Rinpoche says to you, if I find the right person, you go, huh? That's what he said. You guys thought Tsem Rinpoche was radical, obnoxious, loud, not following tradition. There's someone bigger than me. There's someone, inverted commas, worse than me. I don't go to ball games and scream at the hooligans. I don't make people wait 3 hours, just one. He stays up the whole night. He stays up the whole night and gets up when he wants. He takes them on a pilgrimage to all over Bhutan, and when he reaches his destination without telling them anything, he says, see you later, I'm going to retreat, you guys can go home now. When he went to Taktsang, Tiger's Cave, he just told everybody, I'm going to retreat now, I'm going to go into a retreat in Guru Rinpoche's cave, and see you guys later. Now, I was thinking to myself, they all were like, what? Like, what? I'm like, how do we get back? You know, what do we do? And he's like, that's kind of your problem now. And imagine if I did that. I took you guys to Nepal and I say, see you later. I'm going to hang out at the monastery here and do a retreat. I know what'll happen when I come back here. My house has been burned. My car has been trashed. My visa has been canceled. I've been reported to immigration. And the forums will have a field day. Guess what Rinpoche did now along with having hair? Just think about it. Imagine if I dare do that here in Malaysia. Even my own Tibetan people criticize me. Oh, a Rinpoche cannot talk like that. Oh, kiss my grits. You're not a Rinpoche. How do you know what a Rinpoche can talk like? You're not a Buddha. You don't even pray. You're a lazy bum. You don't do your practice. Kandun ma che bache, you don't do your sadhana. Nga ma chang bache, you don't do your mantra. Domba ma sung bache, you don't hold your vows. Shinyi Tensue Meba, no devotion to your guru, and then you can criticize a Rinpoche. Is a Rinpoche above criticism? No, a Rinpoche is not above criticism. But are you in a position to criticize? Do you have Dharma knowledge? Do you do any practice? Are you a good person? Is your life perfect? Are you perfect? The minute Rinpoche walks in, hey, why does he have hair? Nice hair, but why? Why? They always talk like that. So what am I trying to say is, in this video of His Eminence, Songsa Khyentse Rinpoche, he totally blows away your perceptions and what he does. There are times he needs to be formal. He is formal. You think some people on the forums ask, hey, how come when Rinpoche goes back to the monastery, he wears robes? When he comes to Malaysia, he's in lay clothes. Isn't that kind of sneaky? And I'm like, when in Rome, dress like the Romans. It's not sneaky. I know who I am inside. I'm not hiding. All my pictures of me and my modeling, all my modeling pictures has been taken to Gandhi to show my teachers. They laughed out loud. They didn't even say anything. Yeah, I promise you. Some of my students took my modeling pictures that I was, fabulous. And they showed all my gurus. My gurus are 75, 80 years old. They laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed out loud. Right, Chia? Ken Surimji, all that. They looked at my modeling pictures and laughed. Why did they laugh? They thought I looked ridiculous. To them, I look ridiculous. Some more, they say, he lost so much weight. And I'm like, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to lose weight, Rinpoche. Some of them even comment, yeah, poor Rinpoche. He lost so much weight. They send a message, eat more. And I'm like, and I'm sitting here on diet pills, trying to lose weight. They really said that. Some more of my high Rinpoches, my gurus in Ganden actually said, Rinpoche got so skinny. Poor thing. And over here, they're like, God, you look great. You look so skinny. And so when I came back from Japan, everybody was screaming, you look great. I was walking down Pokipitan. People were going, and I was going back. That's what they need. Who cares? That's what they like. Give it to them. So when I go there, they say, poor thing, you're so skinny. I come here, they say, wonderful, you're so skinny. Perception. So when I come to Malaysia, at this time, it's not very convenient for me to run around in robes and drive cars and go shopping, do this. I've got to do some work. I need to meet up with some people. I need to do some work where this appearance is more appropriate. When I go to Ganden, I'm not ashamed that I'm in lay clothes, but it's not appropriate there. I am what I am. I'll dress as I am at the appropriate place. Like Zonza can say when he went back to Bhutan to give initiations to thousands of people, he didn't walk in off the train and wear his lay clothes. He wore the clothes they wanted because it makes them happy. It makes them happy. At least part of the time I'm wearing monk robes and part of the time I'm moonlighting. The rest of you guys are not moonlighting at all. You're always in that clothes. You don't even wear monk clothes. So that's not bad. What for me, at least 50-50. And then people, they'll criticize. Why in monastery he wear that kind of clothes and he come here, he wear like that? It must be he's sneaky. His teachers don't know. Look, stupid. My teachers in Ganden have clairvoyance. They have astral bodies. They have the third eye. They can see what I'm doing in their dreams. One of my gurus, when I first, listen to this. Listen very carefully. When I first got permission from one of my other teachers to wear lay clothes in this region, when I got permission, one of my other gurus was in North India. My other guru is in South. One of my gurus in North India called me. His name is Drigung Gyamgon Rinpoche. He's a great high lama of the Drigung Kagyupa sect, and he is a married lama with his consort, Her Excellency Ganjin Dromala. Rinpoche doesn't speak English, and he doesn't like talk on the phone because he's slightly hard of hearing. So he had his consort call me. Ganjin Droma called me and said, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I said, I'm okay, because I lost weight. I was very okay. And I said, why? And she said to me, last night, Rinpoche kerang nilam tangbaris. I said, nilam karit, dreamt of you. I said, what did it dream of me? You were in lay clothes. You look very good. You were walking down the street. You were wearing pants. And, strange dream, huh? And I was like, I swear, they called me to ask if I was all right because Rinpoche dreamed that I was in lay clothes. And his wife called me. I didn't tell anybody. Even people here didn't know. Not yet. I was in Singapore. And so I said to her, I'm all right. And I'm in lay clothes because I'm in Singapore now. And I have some visa problems. So no choice. And I'm going to be like this for a while. Tell Rinpoche I'm fine. She goes, okay. Because, Rinpoche dreamt of you last night. And I was like, I'm not kidding. So these people who say, hey, how come when he goes back to Ganden, he's in lay clothes? I'm sorry, in monk's clothes, and he comes back here, he's in lay clothes. Isn't that sneaky? What is he? Half monk, half what? Half fox? Then you put down the high lamas of Ganden. The bottom of the barrel baboons and monkeys like me, you can put down. But those high lamas who are in their 70s, 80s, don't put down. They have clairvoyance. They can see. And if I'm doing anything nasty and ugly and wrong here, I will get a letter. Because 5-6 years back when I didn't want to teach Dharma anymore, I got a long tape cassette from Khyentse Rinpoche telling me I should teach Dharma. Why? Not to be lazy. I'm so selfish. I was listening. I was in Kelanujah. I stayed in an apartment. I got a tape from Khyentse Rinpoche who was criticizing me. You're not teaching Dharma. You must teach Dharma. You have your vows. What did I send you to Malaysia to do? And you're hanging out, not teaching, I heard. You don't want to open a center. Why don't you want to open a center? Because I told them I don't want to open a center because there's a lot of responsibilities and a lot of criticism. A lot of people put you down and then people watch you. People always say things about you and then jealousy. I don't want to get involved. And people politics, human resource politics, committees. I said, I don't want to. You can ask my old students here, like Irene, all that they know. For years, they say, got to open the Dharma center. I said, no. I don't want to. I don't want to. I even told Paul, when I opened this Dharma center, once I open, I'm a different person already. I lose all freedom. I don't want to open a Dharma center. I'm not into sitting on a throne, being a lama, opening a Dharma center, getting ang paos. I'm not into that. You see, I can survive as a layperson if I want to give back my vows. I can survive as a layperson very well. I can survive as a monk. I don't need Dharma. I don't need to sell Dharma in order to make myself rich. I have other capabilities. Many. No, not many. A few capabilities. Many opportunities. That's what I mean. So when I'm in Ganden, why am I in robes? And here, why am I in lay clothes? You leave that to me. I've got my reasons. I've got my permission. And if you don't understand it, too bad. So when my teacher gave me, you will in time, my teacher gave me a tape scolding me. You don't want to open a Dharma center, right, Cha? Cha was there when we were listening to it. I was crying. I was crying because I was very hurt because I worked so hard before and it's not enough. And the monastery wants me to do more. And Khyentse Rinpoche wants me to do more. I want to go back to India. I want to stay in the monastery, but I'm not allowed to. So I got the tape. Cha was there. I was crying. I was listening to it. I was very hurt. I wasn't angry because my teacher was telling me, why don't you want to teach? Why you don't want to stay in Malaysia? In Malaysia, what do you think you're supposed to be doing there? Having a good time? You're supposed to teach. I sent you there to teach. That's what we talked about. You're a Rinpoche. A Rinpoche job is senjiki pensum chegures. The Rinpoche's job, the reason they took rebirth is to benefit others. Are you benefiting others? How are you going to benefit others if you don't have a temple, if you don't have a center, if you don't have a place where people can gather? How does it look to people? Oh, I got a huge lecture from him, and I got the tape. Cha was sitting there all in Tibetan. I was in tears. After that, no more tapes. Seriously, after I opened this, no tape. From my abbot, from Ganden Rinpoche, from my gurus, no tapes. Nothing. Once in a while, I get phone calls for them. Last year, Lama Sopa his assistant Roger emailed me, and I called him in Singapore. We talked for 20 minutes on the phone. Henry was sitting right there when I got the call. When I called, I talked to Lama Sopa for about 20 minutes last year. He's one of my gurus because I used to do pujas with him years ago when he wasn't so busy. And he asked me what you're doing, what's happening, what's going on here. You see, I have 14 gurus to report to. Unlike you guys, you have one nasty guru to report to. One. I have 14. So every story I tell them, I got to tell each one because they psychically connect and say if I'm lying or not. I can fool 1 or 2, but I can't fool 14. I'm not kidding. So last year I was talking to His Eminence Sopa Rinpoche on the phone and telling him what I'm doing, what's going on, my center, the size, how many people, what teachings I gave. I had to give him details. I was honored to give him details. I was on the phone scared to death. I couldn't talk. I couldn't find the words. I was panting because I'm very scared to talk to my gurus. I'll tell you why. I don't take them for granted. Not at all. Some of my gurus are lay gurus. They smoke cigarettes and blow it in my face. I still don't lose heart, and I'm very scared to talk to them. Some of my gurus blow cigarettes in my face. Some of them blow cigarettes onto the tankas and say they're offering incense to the Buddhas. And then I don't react. Why don't I react? They're seeing how I act. They're seeing how my mind is. They're seeing how my perception is. They're seeing if I judge. Doesn't bother me at all. Not one bit. Some of my gurus, the lay ones, used to drag me in robes in Hubli into pubs. Into Indian pubs with all the people walking back and forth, and they drink beer in front of me while they tell me to tell them stories for about 5-6 hours. Yeah. I had one guru drag me to a pub in Hubli. I was in robes. I said, no, please. They said, never mind. I said, I'm in robes, and I can't. I said, you're in lay clothes. I can't. Please. They say, no. He said, you have so many hang-ups. I said, it's not my hang-up. It's their hang-up. Why? I can't go into a pub. And you know, the funny thing is 1 hour away in Ganden, because we're in Hubli, 1 hour away in Ganden, the Dalai Lama has arrived to give teachings. We're supposed to attend in a few hours' time. I'm thinking, oh dear. The Dalai Lama's in Ganden giving teachings in a few hours. All the high lamas are there. I'm here with my guru in the pub. And I'm pouring him beer. And he's drunk as a skunk, telling me to tell him all kinds of stories. I ran out of stories because I was scared. And the monks are walking back. Some of the monks saw me like, I'm like, uh-oh. I was really scared. And then in the middle of the pub, I let go. I said, forget it. If I miss the teachings, I miss the teachings. If I get caught, I get caught. I just let go. When I let go, he said, okay, let's go back to Ganden. I was like, huh? And then I had this wonderful duty of making sure he doesn't get run over because he was tipsy. He was like, I'm with my guru on the street in Hubli. Yes. And you know how they drive there? There's no rules. Everybody just drive the way they want. You guys saw India, right? I love it. And so I'm like, and the car's like, I'm like, Rinpoche, come here. And I'm like, oh. When I got him on the bus, he was talking to everybody. I was like, oh, please, Rinpoche. And he would say real loud, can you see that old little woman over there? And he would give me psychic messages. You know what she did yesterday? I'm like, shh. Yeah. In front of me, Rinpoche. Tashi's met him. Tashi knows. He absolutely, totally divinely crazy. He's embarrassed me in situations so many times. And I was thinking to myself, how come I am embarrassed? Why? Why am I embarrassed? I was asking to myself. And realization came. It didn't come overnight. It took a few years. If I did that here, people would be gone. Why? You say now in class, oh, it's teachings, it's wonderful, it's funny. If I actually did it, you're not strong enough to take it. None of you is. None of you is strong enough to take it. You're not so advanced. In that way, I'm better than you. I have a natural guru devotion. Other things I don't have, patience and all that. Guru devotion, naturally I have. I don't know why. Here, if you slip, they get you on the forums. They get you behind your back. They talk about you. I'm not coming back. Oh, they get you real fast. Nasty SMSs. Losing patronage and sponsorship. Oh, yeah. Then, when we went back to Ganden, he was drunk as a skunk. And I was holding him, walking down the street. And he was falling here and falling there. And he was slurring. I had to wipe his mouth and all that stuff. And then he said, okay, we have to go to teachings now. I was thinking this is going to be really interesting. I said, okay, Rinpoche, see you later in teachings. Because with no disrespect intended, we sit in different areas in the teaching. So I have my place, he has his. I was like, see you later. I was like, so I ran off, He said, no. I was like, uh-oh. He says, I'm going to go inside and do a wind meditation. I'll be out in a little while. And I'll be fine. I'm like, wind? Okay. He went inside. He went inside my house. He closed the door and locked it. I saw him do this twice. He did some wind meditation. We call it the 6 yogas of Naropa. He came out totally sober 15 minutes later. I saw him drink 14 bottles of beer. Not small ones, the big ones. 14 bottles is those big ones. I saw it with my own eyes because I poured it for him. I even paid for it. I said, can I please offer it to you? I was in the pub. He came out of my room after having doors locked, totally sober, walking straight. I never had a bad thought about him again. I saw it with my own eyes. So I know the Tibetan wind meditation, Lungom, especially those associated with Vajrayogini, are very powerful. Why? You can control your channels, you can control your winds. You can control the liquids and the fluids in your body. And I saw my guru do it. Another time in a hotel, he showed me the exercises. They're quite secret. He showed me the exercise, how to do wind meditation according to Vajrayogini. 6 yogas of Naropa, it's called. Narochuchu. I saw. And then he closed the door, he did it. I saw. And we went to teachings. Totally sober. Totally straight. No tipsing, nothing. And his eyes is focused. Irene knows him. Irene's met His Eminence Drigun Gyamgun Rinpoche many times. Tashi has met. Tashi has received a great Nyingma, Hayagriva, and Garuda initiation, Vajrapani from Rinpoche. Tashi, if I say, used to see a female spirit disturb her for many years. So she went to my guru. He did divination. He gave divination, initiation. After that, her problems disappeared. That was 15 years ago. Tashi in Delhi. We were together. That's right. She was there. I saw. After that, when I saw my guru's drinking or doing this, it doesn't make a difference. So when I saw Songsa Khyentse Rinpoche's video, I was very moved. I thought how fortunate his students are to have such a master who will dare do everything out of context, be rude, make them angry, wear funny clothes, go to games, and totally blow their mind away to show them who they are. I was so moved. And I thought to myself, I prayed, may I be just like him. And may I have the effect of what he does to his students. You see, here, if we do that to students, they lose faith and they lose confidence. And they avoid you. They get angry at you. They abuse you. They say negative things about you. In the Western countries, it's a little easier. Because Western countries don't have a very strong concept of how Tibetan Buddhist monks are supposed to be or not be. Here, they have a very strong concept of how monks are supposed to be, because here they have a strong tradition of monks in the East. So it's harder to do things like that here. It's harder to do things like that here, so therefore the progress is slower. Hence, in the East, you don't see any great scholars of Tibetan Buddhism, great masters of Tibetan Buddhism in the East. But you see a lot of great masters of Tibetan Buddhism and scholars of the West, like Jeffrey Hopkins, etc. You don't see much here. Why? They're still stuck on what it should be. So the minute a master acts this way, they reject them. They throw them out. So in the West, in the East, you don't see that. You don't see any great translators. You don't see any great masters of the Tibetan tradition. You don't see any lineage holders. Even the master tells them, you're going to be a lineage holder. When they're in a good mood, they say, thank you. Yes, I want to be. When they're in a bad mood, they ignore the Lama. They avoid the Lama. Although the Lama can make them a lineage holder. Do you know what a lineage holder means? You become someone that brings Dharma to hundreds of people and change their lives. That's what a lineage holder is. No shame. So to be a lineage holder, if the Lama shouts at you, abuses you, you should say, no problem, no problem. Why? He's training you to be a lineage holder. How is a Lama training you to be a lineage holder? In the future, when the students say bad things to you, are you going to ignore them, show them a black face, or complain? No, you have to be very patient. If you're going to be a lineage holder, you have to be better than your students. How can you be better than your students? Your Lama will train you up. Your Lama will abuse you, hurt you, say things to you, push you, and be very bitchy with you. Why? To show you what level your mind is. So if you're mean to your Lama and you don't improve, you're far from being a lineage holder. Far. Why? If you can't take it from your Lama, you think you can take it from 100 students? Do you think you can take it from 100 students? Abuse, negative talk. Even a few friends, even a few Dharma friends say things to you, comment or say a few things to you, you get very sensitive, you get very angry. How are you going to be a lineage holder? A lineage holder means someone who's patient, doesn't give up on other people, shows love. When they harm you, you give them love back. That's what a lineage holder is. What lineage are you holding? Buddha's lineage of compassion and wisdom. I believe Malaysians can be lineage holders. I believe. I would like to make a few lineage holders. But you must go through training.